Now, I think I went a little too heavy on this banner and got some good luck. What's up, guys? Electric here, and today let's take a look at the new EX Vados. I keep telling myself I'm not gonna summon on this banner anymore, and I'm gonna, save for part 2. But for some reason, I want these new EXs, and yeah, so I finally pulled both copies. So what we're gonna do today is gonna be a double upload day. So what that means is I'm gonna showcase Vados, and I'm gonna showcase the new EX Champa. But let's start with Vados first, because ladies first. She's a rather interesting character because she's another character that also, takes away Rising Rush. Now, it's kind of obvious to me that Legends is trying to do away with Rising Rush because they know how strong it is, and they know that a lot of players are really quick to get them. For some odd reason, I've seen videos and I've experienced it myself where people will get a Rising Rush in like one combo while you had priority for darn near 30 timer counts within that fight and you don't have a Rising Rush. So it's obvious that they're trying to combat that best that they can. Jiren does it. For starters, Jiren does it. That's like the only unit I can think of at this moment because, I'm trying to get the showcase done. But he does it. There's a lot of other characters that do it too, but she completely locks it. Now, Rising Rush is a big problem, obviously. And for them to try to take that away is actually pretty helpful, because if you think about it, we've been asking, or I haven't been actually, we've been wanting ways to deal with Rising Rush more efficiently, and they're trying to push that out more. So I think that's a good thing personally. Now, here's the issue with this EX character. It's not what she does, it's her star count. She's only at 3 stars for me, so that's going to be a little bit of pain. But I won't let that stray away from what she's actually able to do. I think her kit overall is pretty decent, but with EX characters, they're so hard to pull that their threshold is like at least 5 and above, and it's really hard to get these EX characters, which I wish it wasn't. But the thing I like about her the most is she's the very first ever EX character to actually bring obscurity. That's also a thing that needs to be more frequent, because in my I think it was the Red Buhan video I did, I even stated it that if they're gonna make this a thing, then they have to bring it more. They have to keep finding more ways to put it into the game. And for them to give it to an EX character just tells me that they're going to try to make that more of a push. It's not a difficult thing to deal with, but it will help in multiple ways, and mainly just to confuse your opponent, really. But overall, again, I think her kit is really, really solid. I see nothing wrong with it per se, but the real kicker is for her to be able to lock in Rising Rush, or just lock away Rising Rush, because we know how strong it is, we know how painful it is, and I think that's just the real cherry on top for me and this unit. But the thing is, with her being an EX character, it's gonna be hard to really put her, I guess it's gonna be hard to see her do a lot of damage, so we're just gonna use her for that one itty bitty thing, and that's just take away Rising Rush. Now, I'm sorry for the long intro, but here's the setup. And again, for her being an EX character, normally I don't do this, but I went ahead and gave her a Zenkai buff. She's gonna need it because, again, she's only at 3 stars, and you're gonna want her to try to do something. Like, I want her to do something in the video. I don't want her to sit in the back and do nothing. So this is pretty much the same setup. As you can see, I got lucky once again, and I got these guys up to 7 stars. Now I'm done summoning on the banner. Now we can go focus on part 2. So for the equipment, I basically gave her this for double blast and base health. I also gave her this for double strike and for double defenses, double offenses, and base health again. And I also gave her this just for the double blast and double defense. So maybe she should be able to tank and as well do a little bit of damage. And the Zenkai buff will help out with that as well. So with all that said, sorry for the long intro. Let's get this started. So after all that, not bad at all. Again, her being at 3 stars was going to be pain, but we had to manage it best that we could. And normally I don't do Zenkai buffs on the very first showcase, but I think going forward, what I'm going to do is anytime we get a new EX character and I'm able to pull them, I will give them a buff depending on the stars. So say if I was able to get them up to like 5 and above and on like my summons or whatever, then I won't use them with a buff. I think that's good enough. But if they're 4 and below, I'm going to use them with a buff. But for Vados, again, she's a really good character, really solid character. Just being able to take away Rising Rush and bring Obscurity is just a whole thing to unpack. She's a super annoying character per se. Like, I feel like she's just gonna be like one of the most annoying EX characters in the game. But unfortunately, you won't see her receive any playtime. That's always been a thing with new EX characters. They will never receive any playtime unless, and this is a big unless they are a really solid option that players could look at their kit and look beyond their stats and just their base kit and what they're able to do and say, yeah, I am comfortable with bringing her into a fight or bringing them into a fight. So that's how EX characters operate nowadays. But for Vados, again, this for her to be able to lock away Rising Rush to me is just a really solid thing. And there's no count on this at all. There is no counts, and it's just whenever she enters the field. So you already know this will come in handy with with players that, you know, like to do double Rising Rushes, or for some odd reason triple Rising Rushes. So just for that, you know, being able to take that out of proportion is just a really solid thing. I have nothing against Rising Rush per se. I don't really care about it because it's going to happen either way. Either I'm rushing you or you're rushing me. Either you're getting one combo into a Rising Rush or vice versa. It don't really matter. Being able to take away Rising Rush is a big thing because players have been calling for it. We've been wanting it for so long. And now that we actually have a unit that's not a Sparking that could do that is good too. Because taking away Dragon Balls is not enough, you know, to take away Rising Rush altogether, right? So being able to lock it is just much better. Even though it's for like 5 timer counts, that's still enough time to, you know, disrupt them from their plans, because now they have to go with a different approach, and that's just a good thing for me. But overall, I feel like she's a solid character, and if you have her, do use her. And yeah, with all that said, I'll see y'all later.